a pop-up edition, and we're gonna have some fun today. Talk about wax, talk about other funny stuff that we got behind the scenes for you. About to share it in a moment. So go ahead and here we go. Boom. Circulate that link. Let's drop it in all of our channels. I guess right now, probably the only people who will be tuning in for this part of the show are those on the replay. So, Burst, do you have any special messages for anyone who's watching the replay of this?
So people who tune in to watch the replay. Gotcha. I guess the special message would be: do not get too wound up on crypto price. Just definitely do your own research and just plug away. It'll all come back eventually. I don't know if it'll come back to its numbers, but I've always said wax is a $3 to $5 token. That is not financial advice. Just a big problem is wax depends on how well these teams produce. And, we'd be less tethered to Bitcoin if these teams would produce volume for us on wax. So just stay vigilant and stay open and don't beat yourself up. A lot of people lost a lot of money, but we're all in this together. There you go.
Yeah. What would you say? What's something that you're kind of feeling like optimistic about right now that you're seeing in the space?
Optimistic about? Well, I'm definitely optimistic about promises, I guess you would say. There are just too many promises, not enough results, I guess. That's where I'm very optimistic. I don't know. It's tough. And you are noticing a slowdown in all the trash coming to wax, which is good. There's still trash around. Just you can all do what you're best at and try to police the space to the best of your knowledge. Again, that's to the best of your knowledge, not what you think is right and wrong. To the best of your knowledge, guys. But yeah, no, it's very volatile right now. It's a very tough space. It's tough to wake up and get into with everybody some days. We get the green granny tat fucking chat.
I was gonna say we got a new sticker that we got to share here. If you want to pull it up. And Rising Dragons, what's up? No thanks, Paul. What's up? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, no thanks, Paul's good shit.
Okay. Do you know? I guess you might have to tell the story a little bit of the green granny.
Of the green granny? Here, we'll show it off first. We'll show off the old green granny emote here for people. The old green granny.
Let me see how we got watching here with us. All right, so we're still aggregating. Whatever. We'll go ahead and get it up. Get the green granny up. So what's the story here?
Just one of the guys running a game in this space fucking stole money from an old lady. She passed away 2 years later. So she spent the last 2 years of her life fighting for her money back. And I just felt like we'd get a nice sticker in the chats. So there we go. We got a nice green granny. Then you got this one here, scammers after taking all the money from an elderly woman with dementia. Let's go.
I need do you have a GIF version of that? We got to get that going.
I don't know. We should get one for sure. I said green rabbit on wax, no lie. And some guys like green rabbit scummers.
Where's my Atomic Kings sticker collection here?
That's funny. The Dinger is doing quite well, actually. It's one of our assets that's holding. There's only 5 listed last night. I think one was listed for 666 wax. Was the lowest.
What's the story of? I just realized. What's the story of the fuck Joel sticker? I don't know if I ever caught that one. Oh,
that's the guy who runs Blockchain Heroes in this space and kind of was the voice for wax for 2020. The voices in wax in 2020 were fairly toxic. They wouldn't say anything negative at all, but just constant positivity. Which, yeah, I get. It's nice to have positive vibes most of the time. But without without a little bit of the other side, you're going to have problem solving skills that are developed way under the bar of what they should be. And that's a big problem with the human psyche, man. It is problem solving. You deal with a lot of it in your generic workplaces and workforces that problem solving is quite low. And I think it's the reason you have a lot of the animosities on work sites and workplaces and stuff like that, because people are so tuned in and trained to tick a certain way. and just to continue, you know, life the way they've been trained, that the moment somebody confronts you, your problem solving skills are quite low because you've just been trained to comply. You know, so I think a lot of that applies here in this space too, is basic business models and basic business platforms, and, you know, certain ways that people got to the top of the chain are applied here. And I just don't think they do apply as much here as they do in real life. Because again, real life is not as decentralized as this space is. You know what I mean? Like, the government can come in and stick their hand in your wallet, you know, once in a blue moon, whenever they feel like it. And I feel like the way that people stick their hands in our wallets here is by fucking the project up or just not following through and stuff like that. And you have a say in that. You do. I feel like when the government goes and says something, you might not like it. You have a say in it, but you really don't have a say in it. You just go with the way, you know, you go with the punches. It's all tough, man. It's just a tough thing. And like 2020 on Wax was fairly, like I said, toxic. I didn't appreciate going into the rooms and speaking up concerns. And like I said, for these people that weren't around in 2020, it was constant mint sprees. So the big argument was who got the first mint. And a lot of the times who got the first mint was somebody who was a part of the project or somebody who knew the project. Teams would get busted sharing links with their alt accounts, and then they would redeem the mint one before the sale started, and then people would think they're getting the mint one and they would buy a bunch. You know, it was just these were all growing pains. But the streamers just felt like there was nothing wrong with that. It was insane. It was mind-boggling about how a lot of these streamers would get caught cheating in 2020, and they wouldn't even bat an eye at it. They would just. Is there
any streamers out there still that were doing that are still relevant right now?
I don't want to throw any of the 2020 posse down in the mud fully, because there are some good ones. Like, I like to think that Anders is a good one.
Anders, nice.
I like Anders. I do. I just look. The way I look at it is all of these guys knew the bullshit that was going on in the space, and nobody spoke up to it or did the right thing very early days. Nobody did. And I'm sorry to say that, but nobody did. As time went on and these teams started coming around, I think Anders is the only guy from 2020 I can trust. I know he had to do a lot of things to protect himself, which is fair. But then again, I'm going to go back and say all of them knew what the fuck was going on, and nobody was speaking up at all. And I didn't think really speaking up became a thing till about 2021. And now we're in a bear market and everybody's a fucking hero all of a sudden. Everybody's got a fucking cape on. Everybody's trying to police the space. And it's like, where the fuck were you last year, bud? You know, like, so everybody's got a hidden agenda. Everybody does. I think my hidden agenda consists of building a community and building something people said I wasn't able to do. You know, that's my hidden agenda. My hidden agenda is really not really a hidden agenda, but I just feel like in this money space, a good chunk of them have that, you know, that hidden agenda. Whether it's good or bad, I'm not saying it's
right. I mean, we won't have to get into names, but I mean, it was great hanging out with you last weekend, IRL, and just kind of getting the rundown. You know, there's a lot of people that I'd say I was looking up to, reaching out to, wanted to have featured on this show. And after getting some wisdom from someone who's been around here longer than we have, me personally, and I'm sure our team now too, we have a new confidence in the wax space with everything we're doing with the shift, with GooBalls and beyond. It's been, I don't even know where I'm going with this besides, dude, I'm happy to be here in Calgary with you and just to have you as a friend, man. It's good stuff.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I don't have a problem with people that I like talk to you about or you ask me about. Like, I don't know them personally, but like, I know my community was used for sales up and down up the wazoo in 2021. A lot of these guys would come into our room, they would plaster their sale, they would talk about their game, they would do this and that. And then, you know, they'd do their drop and then they'd fuck off for 6 months and then they come back in and try to act relevant again. And it's like, dude, you're coming into a community that says good morning to each other every day. And we've got lots of people chatting. We're not gonna have you back with open arms. Look, we're not. If you're not producing or doing something, we're just gonna straight up say, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? You've gone away for 6 months. You did $100,000 sale and you're back.
That's true.
You know, and I'm not gonna. Prime example is that Defy Doctor who had the Foodles project, the guy who was big into. He was in the writer community as well too, and he came back into our room after taking like 5 months off and tried to explain his life story to us. And I said, "Get fucked, man." I don't got time for that, man. Don't come back and just try to be relevant. You got to put in work here. And then he went over to another room and they said, "Welcome back. How you been?" It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, fuck, man. Like, this guy just fleeced the space for a bunch of NFTs and then fucked off. Then he comes back expecting to drop more NFTs. That goes with my tweet yesterday. It honestly, one of the hardest things in this whole wax space is building a community. And I think a lot of teams fucking skip that fucking step and expect it to just fall on their fucking lap. You got to put in work. You got to say hello to your guys. You got to make your guys feel included. And it's a healthy balance between guys who are on the right spectrum and guys who are on the left spectrum. I've got lots of guys on both sides of the fence in my chat, and I just try to tether it and manage it. We've had some spicy goes in there. There's a couple guys that are way leaning right and go crazy in the chat sometimes, and I do have to wake up. I let them chat for a bit, and then I have to wake up. I've done it a few times over the summer last year. So, hey, guys, keep the political chat to a minimum. You have to, but you have to respect that that's on their mind, because that's all we fucking see on TV right now is fucking Hollywood and fucking money and fucking government and sports. You know, that's all you see when you turn on TV, and reality TV. That's all you're seeing when you turn on TV. So
that's true.
I don't want to fully filter out all the guys, but just be extra careful of other people, because everybody has views, and I respect views on both sides of the fence. The problem is that they're just everything's getting thrown under the microscope these days because we have nothing better to do. And I don't think that's our fault. I don't think that's our fault that everything's thrown under the microscope. It's the way the whole system has been built up over the last 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years. You need some control. You need something. There's levels of government that are undiscovered on both sides of the fence, and you don't know where you're going to go. I do recommend a movie called Equilibrium. It's an older movie. I don't know if you've watched that movie. It's one of Christian Bale's older movies.
I have no Equilibrium.
They force you to take a shot daily that negates your emotion. And I guess you're not allowed to have anything that creates warmth or love. So like art and music and stuff like that, you're not allowed to have. So there's these people that hide that stuff, old artifacts, old art pieces, old music pieces. And if you're not taking your shot daily and complying with the government, they will find out and they will come and take your stuff. And
I would actually go.
It's a good movie. It's an older movie. There's a couple cheeseball parts in it, but I do like the whole gist of it's just a level of a government that is just undiscovered. And that's the thing. I don't know what levels of governments are undiscovered, guys. It could go either way. This world could be a completely right world by the time 1,000 years down the road. It could be a left world 1,000 years. You guys ever seen Idiocracy? They fucking water this shit with Gatorade. Come on. You know what I mean?
That movie's a good predictor as well.
You can only be as good as you want to be, and don't try to be the best in this space. There is no best in this space. By the way, somebody's trying to buy my GooBall. No, it's not happening. Whoever's trying to buy my GooBall, I'm going to decline you right now. Decline message. I'm not selling my GooBall.
Love it. Do you see we're on the market again?
Oh, are we? Cool dudes. Let's go. Cool dudes. Oh man. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, Adam. There's some of your NFTs I do not like, but there are some of your NFTs that I do like.
The ones that have you in them.
No, I credit you for not giving a fuck and just putting what you want out.
Thank you.
I think that that takes you away from the crappy art or the good art territory. You're just putting out what you fucking want. And most of them are inspirational messages. So, you know, I have nothing wrong with what you're doing, man. You're learning, you're having fun with it. And you know what? You're really like stapling moments in the space. And again, this goes back to when I came to this space. I always thought it was a 5 to 10 year plan to be something. I'm on year 3, guys. You know, so it's growing pains, up and down. It's crypto. It's going to be what it is.
Thank you. Yeah,
of course, man. I'm giving you the honest take. If you ever hear me, man, that's a dog shit NFT. It's not that it's dog shit. I just, you know, I'm an art guy first, but I've never really said yours are dog shit. I'll give you that.
I appreciate it because that's been my stance the whole time. Is look, I know intuitively that I'm an artist. I know that my style is not the greatest. I never went to school for it.
Whatever.
This and that, but I have a vision, and I'm gonna just keep doing what I do. And who knows? Maybe one day my style will actually become the style. And if it's not, I'm okay with it. You know. So
it might be for coaches, mentors. I really think yours is along the line like that. And I know you work in sort of an industry like that. So
yeah,
whether it's good or bad, I think at the end of the day, you're just trying to mentor a positive message, and definitely a lot more positive than myself. That's for sure.
Thank you. Wow, there we go. Priscilla just won the bid. Congratulations.
I do have to agree with Valor there, and that goes back to my community chat. You don't go to school for it. You just have to work on it and be hungry every day. And, you know, like, that's my fault. Like when I was dealing with some personal issues the last couple months, I kind of did put my project on the back burner outside of streaming. Just tried to tame the herd, I guess you would say. Here's the thing for you guys. If you're having a hard time pushing your project forward, the best thing you can do is just talk to your guys and try to tame the herd and roll with them. And then when you're ready to kick back off again. They're not going to ostracize you for fucking, you know, taking some you time. The space can be very stressful at times.
Yeah. You took a little break just now. How was that?
It's good. I did miss streaming. Twitter was a bit spicy at times. But it was good. It's good. It was needed. I don't think I accomplished everything I should have on my time off, but I definitely feel like I came back well rested. But then again, I'm going to Shambhala there, right? July. So I'll be gone for about 10, 14 days there as well. You don't have much service out there.
You're going to do 10 to 14 days?
The whole thing's about 6 to 7.
Right. So you're doing an extra week?
I stay an extra day because they, what they do, man, is they set up the old.
Actually, hold on. I just realized. Time out. You got to start from the beginning. Like, what are we even talking about in the first place? Because I think it's cool and everyone needs to know about it. And I was cracking up, dude. I laughed so hard when Priscilla said her advice was to everyone. Like, what's your advice to the world? She said, "Don't do drugs unless you want to." And then I just saw your reaction. I was like, oh man, this is great. But anyways, what's the event that you're talking about?
I'll share it right now.
Okay,
so you guys don't know me. I talked about this yesterday. I brought it up on stream yesterday. It was funny because Sani's thinking of coming. He's thinking of coming up here, and it was funny. Sani, Sanyinka. So he goes and says, yeah, he's been DMing me and asking me what he needs. I think he's going to come and party with us.
Oh, dude, he would love that.
So,
I hope he comes up. That'd be sick.
This is the thing. Okay, everybody shows off these festivals and they're like, come check it out. We're just going to get fucked up and go hang out. No. So this is a privately owned festival in Canada. First off, it's privately owned, guys. So what happens and is done on this farm is not set usually by the government outside of health regulations. So they have a drug testing facility for everybody that does buy stuff like that. You are not allowed to bring booze to this festival. People sneak it in. You show them your party favors at the gate, actually, and if you're honest and open about it, they usually let it slide. That, like I said, the drug testing facility tent that I think every fucking festival should have, but nobody's going to pay for that. Population control? Oh, conspiracy. No, but anyways, so this is Shambhala Music Festival. It's in Canada, guys. It is my favorite festival. I've only been to a few, but This is the best one. They keep building it. It's the 23rd one that they're coming up with. Every year they build something new on the farm. And this one year they actually just ripped down a whole stage and they rebuilt it. So I'm really excited for it. It takes place in southern BC, guys. It's one of my favorite places in the world.
How long of a drive is it from here?
From here, 6.5, 7 hours.
Okay.
And I've never seen a fight out there. Never seen a fight at this festival ever. And I've went 6 years in a row. 6 years in a row. The amount of hugs and high fives that go around in this place is unreal. And it's like a little city. It's really cool. You guys, you set up camp and then you walk down to like the city and then you go to whatever stage you want. Lineup's pretty fucking fire this year. They got a lot of drum and bass. I'm pretty fucking stoked. They don't bring a lot of drum and bass all the time. So they got some drum and bass. I'm not a huge fan of like jungle drum and bass. So, you know, and I'm dancing around like that. I'm out.
Dude, the song you sent me, I was bumping that. I was working out like an hour ago and I was listening to that one. That wasn't drum and bass, but you know what? That track you sent me had it had a little bit of that similar bass line that the Eli Brown song has. That
the Link one I just sent you today,
Link,
or
yeah, Link. It was Link.
Was it Link? Yeah, Link's good shit. But yeah, guys, I do recommend checking this out one point in time in your life, guys. It is the best fucking place in the world. They might show an aerial shot over top here. I'm not going to play the sound because it's fucking loud.
If you want, you can. I can turn this one on. Let's see. Do you want to try the sound, or you think it's going to be too loud? I'll put some StreamYard music in.
So, yeah. Hopefully, they show a nice aerial shot of the campground.
Is this the first one they've done since 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes, sir.
What's the camping like?
It's okay. I usually go early and set up early, but I'm not doing that this year. But camping's great. You set up theme camps and shit. We have a Tommy King's camp.
Nice.
People put like flags up and shit in there. There's this one camp that's all hugs. I can tell you a story. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, this is a serious after movie. You'll have to document some moments on camera, and then we'll turn them into some Shift Collab NFTs.
I'll get Rito playing brawlers on the dance floor.
Does Reed, does he dance like you?
No.
I don't think so.
No, but he boogies. He boogies.
That's good. Wait, so how many Atomic Kings are going?
4 of us.
Sick.
4 of us right now. Yeah, so I don't want to fucking share too much, but everybody, they have like these theme camps out there and shit. It's pretty cool. So like there's this one camp, it's called Camp Hugs, and it's when you walk down to the festival, you walk on the main street and you can see it. It's called Camp Hugs. So here I got a funny story. This is a few years ago. I'm going down with all the boys. We're going down. It's Thursday night. So Thursday night, only 2 stages are, it's Wednesday night actually. So it's like a sneak peek. None of the stages are open. So we're walking down. Camp Hugs is open. And I'm smoking. My buddy Mass, you know, Inadequate Mass. If people know Inadequate Mass in the chats, he's with me too. Same with Reed. But it's funny as fuck. So we're walking down and the guys are like, I want to go in and get a hug. I want to go in and get a hug in I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes, guys. Like, I want to go get, I was hungry at this time. I was like, I want to go get some fucking food. And they're like, no, we're going in for a hug. So me and Mass were like, fuck this. We're going to go over to the end of and we'll watch you guys. So we're watching. So Reed, they run in. Reed, Steve, and fucking Scott. Scott's the young guy in the group. It's fucking hilarious. So they run in and they pick the hottest girl. All of them. They all run to the hottest girl. And I'm like, oh my God. So Reed runs up, gets a fucking hug from the girl. And then Steve, this guy Steve, he's just a dink. He gets a hug from the girl, and then he ends up talking to her for a good fucking 10 minutes. And my buddy Scott is still behind him. His little hands are wiggling. He's waiting for his hug. He's like wiggling, waiting. It's like 10 minutes. He's like sitting there. And then the girl walks away. So Scott never got a hug. They all come out. And Scott's like, I didn't get a fucking hug. So we're like, oh, shit. You know, like, oh, that sucks. Too bad. So we went into town. We'll fast forward. We go back past it. And Scott's like, I'm getting my fucking hug. I'm getting my hug. So he runs back into it. He talks to the girl. He gets his hug. The guy's like, I'm going back for another hug. So they go back in and get another hug. And I'm like, for fuck's sakes, like, let's just go. And then the two guys come out, and Steve's still talking to the chick in there. So I look over at the boys. I'm like, none of them seen the hug board. There's a hug board with like 100 different hugs on it. You can pick a hug and you can go ask for it. None of them seen the hug board. And I know there's a hug board in there. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to tell Steve about the hug board. Watch him go back and pick the weirdest one. So sure enough, okay, they come back out. He's like, Steve, did you see the hug board? He's like, what? There's a hug board? No way, I'm going back. He runs back in there. We're all watching. I'm like, watch this shit. So we run in there. He's looking at the board. He picks one. He runs back over to the chick, all right? He asks her. We don't know what he's saying, but he asks the chick, and she goes like this. She goes, yep. And then she points over to the corner over there, and there's this big fucking giant standing in the corner with his head cut off by the gazebo, and he's standing there. And he gets sent over to this guy. So Steve goes over. He's looking at this guy, and he asks him something. We don't know what he asks him. The guy grabs him by his ass cheeks and picks him up and like splits his ass cheeks. You see his like little legs sitting there doing this, and we're all fucking roaring. We're all like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe it. He probably asked for some weird hug. So he comes back out. He's like, you guys seen that, eh? We're like, yeah, we fucking did. Like, come on, man. What hug did you ask for? Oh, I asked for the butt squeeze hug.
And he thought it was going to come from the chick, right?
Yes. And he got the big genie looking motherfucker, and he goes by the name on Facebook. I think it was Captain Giggles. I want to say he's got a weird Facebook tag. Like this Sham community is fairly orientated with each other, but fuck, man, I couldn't stop laughing. Giggle? Yeah, something like that. I gotta find it. Mass would know because he found him. But yeah, we've got lots of stories with that guy. But yeah, that's one of our funnier ones. And I couldn't stop roaring because I knew it would happen. I just fucking knew it would happen. How
many people are like waiting in line to get hugs and stuff?
Lots of people. You know what? I'll put some videos up at the group when we kind of walk down. You walk down the main street. Like I said, there's lots of like.
Is it end of July?
It's end of July this year. It usually is the first week of August.
I can't believe that you're like, yeah, Shauna's thinking about coming up.
He was fucking awesome. I told him if he wants to, yeah, come on up. So
I did a breath work ceremony with him when we were in Dallas. And so, you know, I think he would have a good time.
He's young, he's gonna fucking have a blast. He'll have a blast. That's the thing with Mass. I brought Mass. Mass is a big punk rock guy, but he loves sound. He likes percussion. He likes, you know, he's one of the guys. He's taken me to like the White Stripes, Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper, all this stuff. I'm not a huge rocker, but I go to enjoy it because I like music. So I go with him when he's like, hey man, nobody's coming, I got a ticket, you want to come? Yeah, I'm down. But he's all about the sound. And if you know, we're in Calgary, we have the oldest hockey arena in the NHL, and the acoustics in this fucking stadium are dog shit. They just bounce off the roof and come back at you. So you feel like you're getting a double percussion that's off a beat every time it comes back to you. I kept saying, you got to come to Sean, man. You got to come to Sean. He's got a big beard, long hair, doesn't care, wears Skull t-shirts. He don't fuck around. He's a little rough around the edges and he said, you got to come to Sean. He's like, I'm not going to go. So one year I just said, fuck it. I bought his ticket. I said, you're coming, man. I bought his ticket. He's like, all right, I'll come. So I brought him, and it was like one of these experiences where like Thursday night came around and I said, all right, Rob, here you go. Have fun, buddy. And I like pushed him into the festival, and I didn't see him till Sunday. And he bought his ticket the next year. And like this guy just, you know, he's like, the sound out here is unreal. It is unreal. Oh, Jolly Ranchers, let's go. Pass me a watermelon one. Speaking of
someone wanted to know what I was eating. There you go. Rising Dragons.
See, Valor, he's warming them up. He's warming them up. That's funny. I told Valor that I hoop Jolly Ranchers.
You said
2 days ago.
I thought no, you said that in our stream, someone said something about like, what does music smell like? And then you said Jolly Ranchers, and I was like, did he see that I was eating these? Like, did I have these?
Their music's amazing.
Are you familiar with Rising Dragons, by the way? Have you seen him before?
Once in a while, yeah. Once in a while,
he's cool. He's cool. He's the OG in our streams. So,
yeah, no, that's good. You gotta cater to your OGs, man. Gotta cater to your OGs.
Yeah,
for sure.
What were you saying?
Nothing. Ranting on about what I'd like to do.
Do a lot of people come up from the States to Sham? Because I see it's not that far from Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people from like Washington State, Seattle, Portland, stuff like that. You see
Sully's in Seattle. Get him to come up.
Sully.
Priscilla, you saw that video, right? Can you imagine Sully at a concert like that? Maybe.
Well, that's the thing. 10 years from now, you're going to see these people walking around totems. I don't know if you know what totems are, but those are what people build. They build and put an image on a piece of paper or a slide and walk around with it. I had the Squirtle Squad one year. I went and made a Squirtle Squad and like walked around with it. So when you needed to find the group, you just go look for Squirtle Squad. But like, here's the thing. Like, I think like 5-10 years, maybe even sooner, people are going to be able to develop like LED totems that are like NFT displayable and shit. Like, call me a loser, but I'd love to walk around with a necklace that displays my fucking legendary land in Alien Worlds. And then we're like, what the fuck is that? Like, it's my house, motherfucker. It's my house. You know, but like, no, I know Sully used to party back in the day, so maybe. Is there any back in the day? Sully have kids? I don't think I'll ever have kids. I don't think
I don't know about that.
I know you want me to have one. I'm not having a kid. No, man. I'm too irresponsible and too selfish to have one.
Not at all. Dude, you're like the most caring person in your community. That's why Tommy Kings does so well, is because you care so much about people, which is why you would be a good dad if you ever want to do that. So.
I've got a niece. It's good enough.
and how you interact with your niece is proof. I've seen it. So I want your take on this one. Burst, I just got bombarded with some party hats from Wombat. Have you been?
Look, I do not have a problem with Wombat. I just have a problem with vetting teams that are scam artists and con artists. Outside of that, awesome.
They're working with Green Grandma, I think. They
are working with the Green Grandmas. Granny a day keeps the rabbit away.
This is I actually don't know. I just checked and we have all these party hats. I guess because we're doing the birthday stream with them next week. But,
are you? Yeah, right on. What do they consider a birthday? A full year on wax? I'm serious.
Yeah,
I'm serious. I seen somebody, I don't remember who it was, but I seen somebody like saying it was their birthday in the project. And I'm like, your project's been around for 4 fucking months. What are you guys giving yourself? What are you guys giving yourself 1 month birthdays or what?
it is a little bit of an exaggeration.
Right. She's right. Valor's right with the wallet. So if I go back to the wallet, then yeah, okay. I can see that.
No, they've been around. What Priscilla's saying too, they have been around.
They have
as a company.
They have, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, but, so you guys are doing the birthday off the company. Fair enough.
That would be funny if projects started doing 1 month birthday party.
I swear there's one doing it right now. They're like, we've been around for 2 weeks. It's our birthday. It's like, what?
I get thrown off by the pizza hype too. So there's supposed to be a pizza day in crypto, but I feel like I see people say happy pizza day all the time now.
It just passed. It was because Buddy bought he bought pizza with Bitcoin. And,
right.
So they had Bitcoin Pizza Day. That's, I think, about a month ago. I want to say a month ago, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, no, you'll see a lot of the pizza hype around there. I got pizza that day.
I haven't seen. Is there any projects that you guys are working on right now, or collabs or anything like that?
No, I'm just busy in the background with Ultra Rare a little bit here and there. I know they're working on some stuff. We're working on a blend for the end of the month for our shitty ass Wax Arena NFT we did. So that's like the only blend we've got coming up right away. And then probably when I leave to Sham, we might have a couple blends for 99 for the stickers. Wait, not the stickers, because one asshole is hoarding the shit out of the stickers. Crypto Enjoyer. piece of shit bot hacker. He's got like a shit ton of the stickers, and he wants me to create value around them. And I'm like, dude, I'm the creator here, and I know you're a piece of shit, and you own most of them, so I'm not gonna make a blend around that. You know? No, wait, he wants to fleece our Atomic King skulls, and he wants he just wants to fleece the guys with it, right? He wants me to create value and then fleece the guys because he got them for 0.1 wax when wax was fucking like 40 cents. So really, he paid like 3 cents, 4 cents for those, you know. So if he dumped them all out of the gate, he would have been able to sell them for more than what he paid. But when I see somebody who controls like 10-20% of the NFT themselves, and if you're a bot, if you're a hacker, I'm not going to cater to you. Eat shit. I'm not going to cater to you. Now, if you're a valid community member putting in time and coming into my space and you've hoarded like 200 of my card, I'll cater to you. And that was kind of the one thing that we had with Cosmos. I kind of made a little bit of a mistake. I said, oh, we'll probably do the captain card over there. And we're trying to figure out a happy medium here. Champa messaged me and go, hey, man, I just looked at that card. The lowest one's 50 wax. Like, how are people going to get this card for a boost? And I said, you know what? That's a good point. So I'm looking at who in my staff has AK99 cards and which one we have the most of. That's the only tip I'm going to try to give out, but which one we have the most of, because we're going to try to give out as much as that card gets, the one that gets added for a boost over on Cosmos. We're going to try to give out. And it's looking like we have about 40 or 50 of that card. So we'll end up giving, and that's well over 25% of the supply on that card. So, you know, we're just trying to find a happy medium. And, you know, I'm not.
When collaboration with Valor and Venom, sir?
What?
When are you going to collab with Sune Figure?
Oh, fuck. I thought I heard you say and Venom. I was like, what? Never. No, Valor. I am down to do one with Valor. I would 100% be all over that.
You do a Jolly Rancher theme?
She, you know, she should do her little cute cat and put like let's do like an Atomic Kings thing right in the middle.
On top of just a cute cat.
Yeah, right, from cute to right in the middle. What do you call those marks? I don't want to, but a third eye. We'll do it as a third eye, right? I'm just brainstorming. I'm just brainstorming. Yeah. That's funny because a lot of the people's, I'm not good at applying my artistic ways in my head, but I am good at thinking of ideas. Definitely. Yeah, I'm totally down, Sune. I'm down to do something with you. You're a sweetheart. And I do appreciate the Sully crew. And you know, I think, especially if you've already got a platform around you and a community around you, you kind of try to take care of your guys a little bit better. I noticed that with Sully, and I do notice that they don't want to be caught in all between the fire and stuff like that between some collections, which is fair. You know, I didn't see Sully and this crew come in and abuse the bull market. You know what I mean? Right. Like they're valid people in this space, and I think they're doing it all right. Let us do the dirty work. Let us let us early wax OGs that actually care do the dirty work. You guys just keep building your wonderful communities, because like I do think that we do need to onboard more bigger names, I guess, in the streaming biz. What drives me nuts is how YouTube. The numbers on YouTube get used as a pinnacle here of respect. And it's like, well, okay, these guys are making shitty 10-minute YouTube videos and you're getting a lot of people viewing it, but really you can't engage with these YouTubers. You can't really engage with many of them. Twitch is the go-to for your on the spot information within the wax space. And I think a lot of people just discredit that because the numbers of followers are just not behind a Twitch like they are a YouTube. And I think it just drives me nuts when I'm in these Discord chats and I see them have all these influencers up there with some YouTube that they paid for their 50,000 or their 300,000 followers. They have zero fucking knowledge to the wax space. And I think that's what drives me nuts the most is these guys will use their 300,000 YouTube fans as a use case in the wax space. And it's like, well, do you really know what's going on in wax? Do you really understand the ins and outs to wax?
We had like some random Russian guy reach out to us like, hey, you know, we want to market you to our YouTube channel of however many thousand subscribers. And we're like, okay, you know, I guess tell us more. And then it's like, yeah, so it's going to be this much money. It's like, all right, well,
that's the thing. We're in a Kickstarter space, and there's no fucking reason. There's no fucking reason that streamers should be fleecing Kickstarter projects, and I think they don't understand that. And like, I will oust Stash right here and there. I've got multiple messages from fucking teams going, yeah, we got him to do a promotion video for us.
Dude, you've got, I've seen your archive of truth is what I'll call it.
And this team told me, oh yeah, he charged us $3,000 USD to do a 5-minute video. And then he asked us to give him the NFTs so he can make the video. Dude, the NFTs are fucking 6 cents. Go fucking buy a few and play the fucking game. Don't just, and the sad thing is there's 6 different slots. You can put a character, equipment. He got the character given to him, and he got like something else given to him, and he made a shitty video off it and just fleeced the project, really. And he didn't bring anybody over from his YouTube to the NFT space. No, it did nothing. And these teams, these early influencers will go to teams and say, we want between $2.5 to $10,000 to make a 3-minute video for you and put it on our YouTube. When I would rather the team take that $2.5 or $10,000 and put it towards development towards your community. Put that money towards your community. I think a lot of teams are wasting money in marketing right now. It is a big issue. They're like, oh, we need to market. Not in a bear market for sure. For sure not in a bear market. Don't take that marketing money and waste it on some shitty streamer. Take that marketing money and put it towards your community. Straight up. Straight up. You know, I think that's another reason why I'm not having too much of a problem myself in this space, because I took most of our finance and I put it into stuff that pays the guys, you know, and I think I planned this out kind of to just stay relevant as a content streamer on Wax. Like if I just tuned on and put fucking marbles on every day and, you know, talked about one fucking project, that's tough to do. That's tough to fucking do. And to constantly have to go to teams and be like, hey, man, can you hook me up for my marble giveaways? Like, no, you know, I went in, I made sure I had the content deep for a fucking slow period. And I went in and made sure, you know, I took care of my guys. And a lot of people are so at a disconnect in the NFT space just because they don't know. They don't know. I don't know fully, but I definitely do think marketing in increments is a waste of money. I would call this fucking whack, but I would take Kawhi's marketing approach over anybody else's marketing approach that requires spending money for somebody to say something spicy about you or special. What Kawhi did, I'm not a huge fan of it, is they went and bought up a bunch of their stuff. And I asked him on my show and said, well, why the fuck did you guys buy up a bunch of your stuff and set a price for it? And he goes, well, instead of spending money on marketing, we wanted to kind of market this way. And I said, well, that's fair, but I would assume they're going to sell 1 or 2 of those pieces in time if they can make their game explode. That's the gamble they want to take. But the community likes to know this stuff, and that's kind of dumb. And they said, oh, yeah, it is dumb. They were pretty open. It was a tough stream for me, man. It was a tough stream for me. And, you know, like the same thing is like I know Sasha wants to come hang out on the stream and stuff. And like I like Sasha. Good guy. I know he's happy. I know he's pumping. But there are going to be some tough questions if he does come on, you know, like why support a brand that stole that amount of money from somebody and push it on people, really? And it comes down to, I don't want it to come bite us in the ass 3 years later and go, how did Wax support somebody like this? How did Wax support somebody like this? There was already something getting thrown around on Reddit about William Quigley pushing some fucking female's phone in the fucking car. It's on Reddit. You can go find it. And I don't know if it is William Q or if it is William Q, but it looks fucking close to him. But you can't reach into somebody's car and punch their phone out of their hand. You know, and people are talking about this and people are going, look at the creator of Wax, look what he's doing. So if people are talking about that and they really go and deep dive into who just stole that amount of money and is a convicted, like, come on, guys, be better as a Wax space. And I don't care if the green grannies fucking hate me. You guys can hate me all you fucking want. You shouldn't have stole money from that lady.
Right. Well, I just know the only thing I know about that we'll call it that project is they did my boy Shanika dirty. They did him dirty. I was right there in Texas with him when he was going through like a really hard, stressful time with and I don't even really know what happened, but I just know, like, you know, he was maybe 22. He's young. And for him to have to go through like that type of psychological pressure where you think you have people hating you for something that you didn't do. Yeah, I don't know. So
look, and this is the thing. Like I I don't know all the truth to this, but I've heard from in the grapevine the shadiness from teams that are willing to stab their own fucking team in the back because they want to keep their utility or they're in cahoots with the project that's offering them something is disgusting. And I heard this in the grapevine. I don't know how fucking true it is, but I heard it from some very valid people in conversations. Prime example, we've got Rick Courier over at the Metaforce Comics. Nice guy. I've watched him on streams. Nice guy. I actually probably the only guy I support in the Metaforce Comics group. But I heard that they were supposed to supply some developer or artist for Green Rabbit, and that artist backed out. And then Green Rabbit told Rick Courier he was going to sue him. Well, the rest of the Metaforce Comics team went and said, well, hey, whoa, back down. We got to do what he wants. So they basically stabbed their own teammate in the back just to keep their relations with Green Rabbit. I find that shit shady as fuck. These guys can hate me for saying that, whatever. But like I did hear that in the grapevine from a valid streamer who was one that I fully trust, you know. And then, you know, it's funny. I seen pictures of Venom's car after his sale, like $200,000 car. He was showing it, flaunting it off to people. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. So, you know, and this is the thing. This is why I won't attend American NFT fests. Really, I don't know if I will attend any American NFT fest. There's a lot of people that don't like me, and I don't want to end up going down there and getting,
I will gladly rock an Tommy King shirt the whole time I'm there.
You know what I mean, though? Like, I've got to protect myself, man. And not a lot of people are fucking standing in front of bullets like myself in the wax space.
Yeah.
But I've got to protect myself, and me just being happy and doing what I like is more important than going down to put my face in front of some people that I don't trust. Possibly, if they're convicts already convicted, probably there's dark people in crypto, Valor. There is dark people in crypto. There is. I think there's not if there's any other industry that's got as many dark people, it's this one. Like, I don't know if you guys know who the Blue Wizard is, but the Blue Wizard.
Oh, I've heard him. Actually, before you do that story, I just got to say, yeah.
I'm not going to go down the full story. I'm just going to say the Blue Wizard, everybody has found and come pretty close to understand that is David Saffron. You guys can go and look up David Saffron. His father killed some people. I believe his grandfather killed some people too. But this guy is, yeah, it's fucked up. There was a cult late 2020 on Wax. Everybody dick rode the Blue Wizard for anything and everything. And you'd go into rooms and be like, yo, this guy's a scam. And you'd have somebody like Joel Calm, a Wax ambassador at the time when they had their weird ambassador program there, going, you never question the Blue Wizard. You never question him. And they ended up making a Wiz token that just scammed the whole fucking space. Like, Jeez. What the fuck, man? Like, yeah, it's a lot of dark people in this fucking place. You know what I mean, Valor? She's like, yikes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Priscilla, you gotta if you can get some of his time.
What's up, Caesar?
Use Burst as a sounding board if you ever have any questions or wondering, you know, who should you trust in the space, like that type of stuff. Like, I can always go to him and his community, and I'm sure he'd be, you know, just if he hasn't been already, just as friendly to you if you ever need some insight. So I gotta bounce. We're getting ready to go get the Alberta healthcare thing taken care of. But dang, I did have one other question for you there, and it's slipping my mind. Oh, who is your connection with the Wax team? Just because, I mean, I could follow up with you with this offline too, but I'm just getting ready for New York and who I need to be connecting with when we're there.
Larcy.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah, Larcy. You look for her. She is a Filipino female, I believe. That is her background. So you should be able to spot her if she's wearing a Wax whatever. She probably will be, but that's just the best site I can give you.
And then
she's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. She has brought me connected back with the Wax team, and I understand kind of the ins and outs, and I understand that. I think this is for any business. There's always going to be people at the top of a business that are so out of touch with the floor. And that's a big issue in oil and gas. I know that. But yeah, that's just some of the things in this space that I'm learning myself, that people up top, I can't hold it against the full brand itself because the people up top are just so out of touch with the floor. And by the time you get the message from the bottom to the top, it's been changed 6 times. You've seen those things, right? Where somebody at the back of the line whispers something into somebody's ear, and then you get to the front, it's a completely different fucking word.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The word was brown, and they get to the front, and they got dragon. So
Where so can you help me out here? I've been trying to do this every time we stream now, and I keep messing it up. How do I help us raid someone else right now?
So backslash or forward slash, the one question mark, I think that's a forward slash. Type in raid, and then whoever's name, push space and then their name, and make sure you spell their name right. If you spell it wrong, you're gonna go and raid somebody that's the wrong name.
Yeah, that is how you do it. Okay, cool. Do you guys have any so you do / raid and then you type their name in?
Whoever's raiding, whoever you're raiding, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Priscilla's got it. Oh, their name and then /raid. I see. Okay, so who we got? Who's streaming now? Are you gonna hop on
today? Probably a little later on, though.
Okay.
Probably a little later on to the squad.
Let's see, someone named Rude Boy Mitch.
Hook it up with a party hat, bro.
We do one more party hat. Here, we'll do this. I'm gonna drop it. You guys can grab this party hat. It's gonna be in the GooBalls Telegram. Once I get it pulled up here.
Hook me up with a party hat, bruh.
Are you having any guests on your show anytime soon?
No, nothing. No. I've been ignoring guests. Maybe I'll get Priscilla on sometime. She's a sweetheart. I'd love to have her on. But outside of that, I'm not.
Yeah, really. She brings good people in the chat. We've had a lot of laughs with her, and just that whole Sully crew. And I think if they can kind of stay plugged into the Tommy King's voice of guidance, then
hey, you got to take us with a grain of salt. We can be very harsh some days. We're not always right. So, all
right. Once I get this gift link giveaway ready, guys, I'm going to put it in the GooBalls Telegram. Whoever gets the party hat gets it. You got to be ready. I know those fingers are getting sweaty. There we go. Transaction complete. And I'm not putting any pluses or minuses in it either. You just got to grab it when it hits the chat. There we go. All right. And then we are going to raid. Once I get my thing pulled back up here, we're going to raid Rude Boy Mitch.
The Rude Boy.
He's a rude boy. I hope I did this right. It's a Rude Boy Mitch.
Is he a wax streamer?
Huh?
Is he a wax streamer?
He's not. What I'm looking at.
This is what I tell people, and you should start telling people. You don't raid wax streamers. Everybody be respectful of what they're doing, and do not go buy wax, buy wax, buy wax, buy wax, buy wax. Just be respectful of what they're doing and enjoy what they are doing. The moment you start putting crypto in streamers' faces, they get all weird, and you just ruin their vibe. They're vibing out right now in their stream, so just keep it real.
You know what? You're right, and I've made that mistake before. You might even see me make that mistake before because we raided. I've actually built a relationship with now because we raid them a few times, but a guy named Bobby J and like his girl.
yeah, Bobby J. I follow Bobby J too.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, they're good people. Here we go, guys. There's the raid. Did I do that? Oh wait, did I do that wrong?
Do the raid first, and then put space, and then Rude Boy Mitch.
Rude. There we go. Boy Mitch. There we go. There we go. There we go. All righty, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you go follow Burst if you don't already. Burst of Energy.
They don't see the raid yet. Let's go see this.
Let's see you in the raid. Take you to the next level.
Says they don't see the raid.
Oh, really?